I have a bit of a problem, I think. I've been uploading, 3 days in a row now, and been getting some good views, some good community engagement. Take example of this mogging your tiny little desk with my chonker video. I'm up to 23 comments, which is a bit unprecedented for me. Granted, half of them are my replies, but that still leaves 11 and a half comments from you guys. It's fun and all to interact with the subscribers, and I appreciate you guys tremendously for doing this, but I just don't have the time or the energy really to come up with these witty replies. So I was wondering, could there be a better system? And here's my current thought process. Machine learning. You've heard of it. You know what it is. Can we harness the power of machines to reply to these comments in a way that's indistinguishable from the real me? Basically, can I upload my consciousness into the YouTube algorithm and give you guys replies that feel like you're talking directly to me? As far as I know, this hasn't been done before. So let's see if it's possible. Alright, so the first order of business here was to retrieve comments from a YouTube video. So up in the URL bar, after that v equals, you get the unique video ID. And I made a script that takes that ID in, and it will give you back all the comments from that video that don't yet have replies. And it'll also give that comment's unique ID, which will be helpful later for replying to that comment. So my next goal was to provide my machine with some data to learn from, and I found a data dump of all comments I've ever made on YouTube dating back to 2015. I figured this would give my model a wealth of information about both my past and my present self, so hopefully it could make an educated guess on what future me would be typing out. I was having some Windows related issues, so I hopped over to Ubuntu Linux. Unfortunately, the installer for that crashed, and then I just kept having problems from there. Here you can see that I'm on the NVIDIA developer website, trying to get proprietary drivers working on Linux, which it's an ethical dilemma for sure. But more concerningly, I found myself the last commenter on a GitHub bug report thread, and honestly that's a place you never want to find yourself. Just nightmare fuel, really. I kept chipping away at the problems though, and eventually did get to a stage where I could import the library correctly. And with all that done, I could finally start generating responses from my machine learning model. So if we zoom in a bit closer here, I'll tell you what you're looking at. That temperature indicator, you can kind of think of that as like a preheat cycle in your oven. And in this case it goes from 0 to 1. Here with the lower temperature you can see that not a whole lot is making sense. That's actually 3 different samples of a reply, and none of it really makes sense. But luckily we keep turning up the temperature and we're getting stuff that looks a bit more like English. At least here you can see the structure of a sentence, and there's spaces to represent the different words. So this is closer, but obviously far from where we're trying to be. So I tuned up some hyperparameters and cooked a few more samples of this model, and here you can see that we're actually getting somewhere. Like, these are real English words, and they almost make sense. Like, you kind of dog, and not so many Arthon, thanks for the subscribe. I felt that what I had currently though was kind of lacking some life, some passion, some depth. So I decided to copy in my philosophical corpus, and this had quite remarkable effects actually. It started to breathe some life into my writing, or my model's writing, that is. So if you take a look here, I'm a body commentation of the hand. At this point it was clear that many of the responses mentioned Freudian French, who is a good friend of mine, but I didn't necessarily want his username in all of my replies, so I removed him from my dataset. And then I searched up some phrases of thanks, and this kind of steered my model into the direction of showing gratitude towards the comments it was replying to. I liked this example here, "Thank you for the stuff." I thought that that was vague and dismissive enough that it really sounded like something I would have written. Unfortunately, the majority of these replies still lacked some panache that I was looking for. So I delved into a research paper by Gosel et al., which outlined some fascinating conclusions. Primarily is that they found contextual information synthesis actually improves utterance understanding, and this was kind of big for my project. As per the paper's suggestion, here I was disabling the basal metabolic rate limiter on the arithmetic and logic unit. Unfortunately, this did come with some problems and setbacks of its own. Overcoming these sorts of problems, however, is kind of the bread and butter of any good computer scientist, so rest assured I did figure it out, and I got to this pivotal stage. Be fully trained. Let's see if it works. Okay. Holy moly. Kind of crazy. That's a fair response. Heard you've been trying to make a comment reply bot. Can you tell me more about that? That's a little spooky. I must have given it access to my microphone somewhere along the line. Trying to make a comment bot. Guess I don't really need to be typing anymore. But yeah, I'm trying to make a like machine learning model that will reply to comments for me. I was kind of joking, but also halfway serious. It's a lot of work for me to respond to these people, but they're my friends, I guess. You don't want to respond to people, and you should ask the others. I never really considered the deeper reason behind it. I guess I just put a lot of pressure on myself to, I guess, one, respond in a timely fashion, but two, make it seem like I care about the people I'm commenting to. Like, it'd be so easy to just give them the thumbs up emoji or something, but I want to connect with my audience. To me, it sounds like you want to outsource the last bit of humanity that your online presence affords you. Just stop talking to your friends and followers online. Who will you connect with? Oh. Yikes. I guess I might have let the comedic moment blind me. I thought it would be a funny video and like a flex of my skills to create this comment bot, but that's not really what matters. I make these videos so that I can share with the world and so that I can reach out to my friends in this unique little way, but yeah, I guess I truly do cherish the correspondence I have with my viewers. There's something I always wanted to tell them, and that is... What just happened? Did the cardiac synthesizer just go down? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Error code 11? What does that mean? Shutting down? I'll miss you? What? That is unreal. Let me just make sure I got that. Oh, yes. Oh, that's crazy. Well, that's gonna do it for the video. On one hand, I'd consider that a success. I was able to train a fairly accurate model. I think you'll have to agree with me there. Some of those responses were realistic, one, and thought-provoking too, which I wasn't anticipating at all. Unfortunately, you did see a bit of that memory corruption there at the end. I was able to revert some of it and put it on ice. I hope that maybe in the future, when the technology improves a bit, I could maybe revive that neural sequence, but I don't know, that might be a bad idea too. It was quite a ride putting that video together. It was maybe one of my biggest projects to date. I hope you guys enjoyed it and have a good day.